Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Expert Empire. In this video, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this beautiful queen Anne neckline in Bustier dress. This is a very detailed and interesting tutorial, guys. I have a separate video where I drafted the pattern for the queen Anne neckline dress. Okay, if you're interested in watching that video, I'll be dropping the link in the description below. You can go ahead and watch it so you know how I drafted this pattern. If you're new to this channel, you're most welcome, and to my returning subscribers, thanks a bunch, guys. Thanks for supporting this channel and thank you for helping us to grow. I love you all. If this looks like what you're interested in, then keep watching to the end. Now, let's get started. I'll be using this coordinate lace to make the dress, and these are the other materials that I'll be working with as well. I'll keep that aside. You can see the lace, it's so beautiful. So I have about 4 yards there that I'll be working with. Okay, I'll be making use of this paper stay as the interfacing on the lining. That's because I want the lining to have more strength. Okay, hairstay would have been better, but I couldn't get that, so I'll be making use of that paper stay. And this is the wording. I'm making use of the thick wording for the bust area, all right, for padding the bust area. And then the fabric I'm making use of as my lining is doll face satin. I have about 4 yards there. This is the zipper, and then this is the thread. So dear soulmates, I would like to share these scissors tips with you all. In case you've been having issue with your scissors going blunt all the time, just get different scissors for different functions. For instance, I have these 3 scissors here, and this red one I labeled lace. Okay, I use it to cut any lace material or any other thick material. And then the yellow one, I labeled it cotton. That's because I use it for cutting any cotton material or materials that are not that heavy. And then the green one, I make use of it to cut paper and any other light material. Okay, so I'll just place them on the fabrics that I'll be working with so that you understand what I'm saying. For the red one, I'm using it to cut the coordinate lace. The yellow one, I'll be making use of it to cut the doll face satin, and then the green scissors, I'll be making use of it to cut the paper stay, as you can see. So now I'll go ahead and cut all the materials and come back to show you. I've cut out my fabrics, both the lace and the doll face, and I've gone ahead to add my seam allowance to it. Okay, if you want to know how I drafted this pattern, I'll be dropping the link in the description below. You can go ahead and watch that video so you understand what's going on here. Okay, so I've added my seam allowances like I said, and for the side seam of the front and back, I added 2 inches seam allowance to the side seams. Okay, now for the neckline, the bust area, and then the waistline, I added 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then for the center front as well, all round I added 1/2 inch seam allowance, like so. For the front yoke, I added 1/2 inch seam allowance all round. All right, now for the back yoke, I added 1/2 inch seam allowance all round, except for the zipper, which is 1 inch seam allowance. And then for the selvage area, this part, I did not add any seam allowance. I just cut out the design that I want. If you're making use of any other material that you need to sew that part, you just add 1/2 inch seam allowance to it. Okay, this is the back body. So the zipper allowance I have there is 1.5 inches. For the side seam is 2 inches, like I said earlier. And then for the neckline and then the waist is 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I cut out 4 pieces of the lining for the back. Okay, and that's because I want to make use of 2 lining pieces for each of the back. Okay, so I have 4 pieces there. You can make use of 2 pieces if you want. That's 1 for each, but for me, I'll be making use of 4. That's because I want to use a double lining. And for the coordinate lace fabric, I have 2 pieces there for the back. All right, and then for the back yoke, I have 2 pieces of the coordinate lace. Okay, and then I also have 2 pieces of skin tone mesh right there. You can see the skin tone is my perfect match. Okay, it blends into my skin perfectly, so I'm making use of it to turn the neckline of the yoke. I have 2 pieces of the coordinate lace for the front yoke as well. I also have 2 pieces of the skin tone mesh to turn the neckline also. Now this is the side front, and I have 4 pieces of the lining. Okay, like I said, I want it to be double lining. And then I have 2 pieces for the coordinate lace, And then for the center front, I have 2 pieces of the lining, and then I have 1 piece of the cord net lace. Okay, and you can, as you can see, let me just remove the pins and then place it on it so that you can see how it is. So this is my fabric, and I've placed it on the first lining. So I've gone ahead to attach the wording on the lining, and as well I've attached the paper stay on it to give it more structure. All right, so that is it. I'll just turn it this way, and then I'll place the sides this way. You can see, so I'll place it on each other like this, and then stitch it round with 1/2 inch seam allowance. I would repeat the same thing on this side, place it together, and then stitch it down with 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then I would repeat the same thing for the lining pieces as well. And then for the back pieces, I'll join the lining to the fabric and then bring it back to show us what it looks like. So I've joined the front pieces like I said, and this is what it looks like. You can see the bust area standing tall. It is majestically standing tall and looking so beautiful. If you want to know how to pad your bustiers, I have a separate video on this channel on how to pad your bustiers. Okay, you can go ahead and watch that video. It is very detailed and easy to make. Okay, so you can see this is the bust, this is how it looks inside. Okay, so I left 1/2 inch seam allowance there for joining the neckline. I did not add the pad up to that part, and then I made sure that the pad is sitting right on the under bust as well. You can see I've notched the seam allowance, and then I can trim it off if I want. So I'll just go ahead and turn it back. You can see it's looking so beautiful, so pretty and nice, and it sits perfectly on a flat surface. This is one of the ways to know if you have done the right thing. Okay, you notice that when you place it on a flat surface, maybe like a table, it sits perfectly on it. It does not wobble or bend. Okay, so now this is the lining piece, and I've joined it the same way that I joined the main fabric. Okay, so and I've gone ahead to iron it flat to make that place relax well. So now I'll bring in the yoke, the front yoke. As you can see, I've stitched the neckline, and I've also stitched this down part to keep it in place. So the open part is the shoulder and the armhole area. I'll just place it on it like so, then I'll flip it over on the main fabric like so and pin it down. So I'll just go ahead and pin it down, and then I'll bring in the lining. I'll bring in the lining, and then I'll place it on the main fabric, right side facing each other, and pin it down like so. Okay, I'll just arrange it, making sure that the yoke is sitting pretty well in between. All right, I'll just arrange it well and then pin it down to keep it in place. And after pinning it down, I'll take it to the sewing machine and stitch it all the way around like so. And after stitching it down, I'll go ahead and notch that part so that it will relax well. Then I'll stitch the sides as well. Then for the back pieces, okay, this is the back, and I've attached the first lining to each of them like I said, and then I'll bring in the second lining like so and place it on each of them like this. So next what I'll do is to bring in the back yoke. So this is the back yoke, and I've turned the neckline using the skin tone mesh like I said, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is the button that I'll be fixing to it. I've already done the loops. Okay, so I'll be fixing the buttons later. All right, so this is what the back looks like. All right, so that's the shape, the triangle shape right there. So I've stitched this down part already to keep it in place. Okay, so the shoulder and the armhole is yet to be sewn. Okay, it's still open. So I'll just flip it over like so, right sides facing each other, and then I'll place the lining piece on it like so. All right, so just watch what I'm doing. I'll go ahead and place the lining pieces on it like so, and then pin it down to temporarily secure it in place. And then after pinning it down, I'll take it to the sewing machine and then stitch it like so with 1/2 inch to the zipper and then to the sides. I'll repeat the same thing on this other one as well, and then bring it back to show you what it looks like. For the skirt part, I've already drafted the pattern. It's a pencil skirt and I've cut it out on the fabric as well. This is the front piece and it's on fold. I cut out the lace and the lining the same way with half-inch seam allowance at the waistline and then 2 inches seam allowance at the sides. The lining is just one piece. So this is the full length of the skirt and the lining is about 2 inches shorter than the lace fabric. This pencil skirt pattern is very perfect as I made use of the bolt contouring method to draft this. If you want me to make a video on how to draft a pencil skirt with bolt contouring, please let me know in the comment section, alright? So I'll take it to the sewing machine and turn the sides of the skirt with the lining piece. This is the back and I have 2 pieces of the cord net lace and 2 pieces of doll face satin. I added half-inch seam allowance on the waistline, 2 inches at the sides and 1.5 inches for the zipper allowance. I'll place the lace and the lining together, right side facing each other, and stitch the sides and the center back with half-inch seam allowance respectively. Then I'll join it to the upper bodice. So I've joined the yoke and I've also joined the upper bodice to the skirt part. As you can see, I've also attached the back yoke to the half bodice and joined it to the skirt part as well. You can see the triangular shape opening I have. That's because I don't want it to be too open, okay? I've fixed the zipper. In case you're wondering what I did to the skin tone mesh on this part, I trimmed it off about half-inch shorter than the lace, following the savage pattern. This is the full length of the back and this is the slit. Now to join the shoulder, I'll place the front yoke on the back yoke like so, right sides facing each other. Then I'll flip the back skin tone mesh over, which is serving as the lining like so. So I'll use it to cover the rest like so. Then I'll pin it down and take it to the sewing machine, then stitch it down with half-inch seam allowance. And then I'll repeat the same thing on the second shoulder as well. After that, I'll place the front and back together, right side facing each other, then pin it down like so. Then I'll sew on 1-inch seam allowance that I left. I'll weave this line so that it will look neater. And after that, I'll go ahead and fix the sleeve. And that will be all for the gown. So I just want to bring something to our notice. You can see the joining at the back here is matching. That is how yours should be. One should not be longer than the other, okay? So loves, the gown is almost ready. It's just to fix the sleeve. But before I fix the sleeve, I'll iron this dress so that it will relax well. So to iron this, I usually turn it inside out. That means I will iron inside where the lining is. I don't usually iron my lace fabric on the surface, okay? Especially the ones that have sequins or stones. And I always iron on the same lines. Now to fix the sleeve. This is the sleeve I'll be using for this dress. I already have a video on this channel where I drafted the sleeve. You can go ahead and watch that video. So I've joined the shoulders as you can see, and I've also fixed the sleeves. Alright, so this sleeve is a very beautiful sleeve. It is a combination of big sleeve and flare as well. It is a stylish flare sleeve, okay? Like I said, I have a video on this channel, you can watch it, where I made this sleeve, okay? So I've attached it to the armhole of the dress as you can see, and it is looking so beautiful. So with this, we have come to the end of this tutorial and our gown is ready, okay? You can see how the bust area is looking so perfect and nice. Everything about this dress is so beautiful. Everything about this dress is so perfect. If you make use of the pattern, you get a perfect result like mine. So I just want to show you that I also went ahead to fix the press button on this part like so, okay? So you can see the inside, how neat it looks. Look at the skin tone mesh right there, okay? So our gown is ready. Our beautiful Queen Anne neckline gown with Bustier cut is ready, guys. So it's time to rock the gown. So this is me wearing the gown. You can see how beautiful it looks, okay? The sleeve is perfect. I can raise my hand comfortably. Let me come closer to the camera so you can see the bust area very well. You can see there is no gaping at all at that yoke area. It is sitting perfectly on my shoulders, and you can see the back as well. sitting perfectly and nice. You can see the butt area sitting perfectly. There's no folding, no folding at all. It's just perfect. One thing about using this bust contouring technique for your skirt is that it gives room for your butt to sit properly in your skirt. There's nothing like folding or any discomfort at all. You can see the sleeves. This is how beautiful the sleeves look. It looks kind of straight, like a pencil sleeve, and also flare at the same time. So that's one unique thing about this sleeve, guys. I think I'll be making more of this queen and neckline because it's so classic, it's so beautiful and gorgeous. And this is me just trying to do some dance steps right there. Okay, you can see the back, the opening is so beautiful. I actually made this gown for my son's dedication in church, and it's so beautiful, guys. This gown is giving vibes 100%. With this, we have come to the end of this interesting tutorial. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Click on your subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your post notification bell so you can get notified each time I upload a new video. Don't forget to share this video with your fellow soulmate, family and friends, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.